I got a little nervous there for a second. It's like, come on, internet, don't fail me now. You've done so good this week. Keep it up just a little bit longer, internet. For the record, the internet was not, well, I don't know what's the internet. It was probably my Mac. Something was not my friend because I could not airdrop from my phone to my Mac. First world problems, to be sure. It required a full reboot of my Mac, which takes 10 million years. I literally went and did something else for an hour and a half just to, like, not have to watch it.
That poor Mac. I know what you put that thing through.
I mean, 6 browser windows with a minimum of 10 tabs open a piece. Always about 6 windows of something up and waiting for me. And then all of the things that go to my downloads folder to get re-uploaded somewhere else. Yeah, I mean, I do put my machines through it. First world problems! Okay. Hello.
Hi.
Kayla Lord.
John Brownstone.
Of Loving BDSM, where we help kinksters like you have happy, healthy power exchange relationships. This is our monthly Friday night live stream, a.k.a. a virtual Munch. A.k.a. it's going to get weird in here. Weirder than usual. Weirder than, like, the daytime stream. The daytime stream, we, like, try to, like, be adults. This, I don't know what this is.
All bets are off.
Yeah, and we're stone cold sober. I mean, there's nothing in this drink. I could have spiked it. Ooh, I could have spiked it. Why do I always forget I could spike my drinks? I could be one of those moms that, you know, you think she has something like no big deal in her cup, and really, she's drunk off her ass. And there goes the monetization. Okay.
Wasn't me this time.
No, I'm going to say hello to folks. If my glasses will allow me to read. Holy crap. Hi, Rara. Hi, Silent. Hi, X. Hi, Claire. Hi, Andre. I'm reading it as Godex. How do you want me to... But hello. Hello, by the way. Pat. Hi, Pat Venus. Hi, Yarn and Whiskey. Yarn and Whiskey, I haven't seen you in a hot minute. Hi, Julie. Hi, Marina. Hello, hello.
And a happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Hi, Bunny. I desperately need to know the chewy or crispy conversation that happened in our Discord. Was Silent right? Was it about cookies? I need you to know depends on the cookie, but most of the time the answer is chewy.
Yeah, absolutely.
There are some cookies that I'm happy to eat if they're kind of crispy and like they've got a bite to them. But in general, give me a soft, chewy cookie.
But, I mean, if you're talking like a chocolate chip cookie,
soft, chewy.
An oatmeal raisin cookie,
chewy.
See,
yeah, nobody.
Okay.
Oh God, if you crunch down on hard oatmeal,
Okay, so, you know...
Just eat some granola if that's what you're going to do. And I love granola. See, a ginger snap? I don't know how many ginger snaps I've really had. That, like I said, there could be some crispy cookies. And I think, like...
Nilla wafers are... You know, they have a bit of a...
Yeah, but see, I eat my Nilla wafers in banana pudding. They become chewy.
They can. Yeah. I just used to, even if there was no banana pudding, I'd chow down on some Nilla wafers.
Julie, I've heard of Tim Tams. I don't know what those are, though. You know, X, I kind of will, too, if I'm in the mood for it. But there are some cookies I really do just want to be chewy. This, to me, is not the bacon debate. The bacon debate, there is one clear answer, and that answer is crispy, whatever. But on cookies, it can be dependent. It can be, like, there are some cookies that aren't gonna be right if they're, like a molasses cookie, that fucker better be chewy. That's, oh my God, so good. You know. Tim was... A chocolate bar pretending it's a cookie. Well,
Silent, I guess that means I'm that Nilla wafer weirdo.
In this house, you will find us with our hand in a box of Nilla wafers. All three of us really enjoy them. I'm done eating them very quickly. Because I'm like, if I'm eating these, where's my banana pudding? But hi, Kim.
Now I'm going to have to find a Tim Tam.
I know, right? Is a Tim Tam a non-American thing, and that's why I've never heard of it? Or is it probably non-American, but also regional in America. Because I assure you, in the
I'm-
South, I've never, ever seen one for sure. Silence says Nilla wafers are an ingredient. Yes, but also I've been known to eat the ingredients. I eat the chocolate chips before they go into the cookies. I also eat the dough anyway. I'll eat it before it's cooked.
Oh, yeah.
So, Australian. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
Oh, really? Publix? Okay.
Huh.
Hi, Tayshu. Hi, Mr. Spock. I have missed you, Mr. Spock. I know you got to work and, pay your bills and shit, but come on. You're missed, is all I'm saying.
You're feisty tonight.
I don't know why. I think, you know what? This might be one of the rare Friday night live streams where, yes, the week was chaotic, but I did not end feeling like I had lost my mind and I just wanted to hide under the bed.
It was chaotic, but I felt like it was a productive chaotic.
Yes, I'm staring at behind the camera of more work I still need to do that I should do this weekend, but... Yes, taste you. We eat them. Well, we eat the Aldi brand of Nilla wafers. Actual, Nabisco or whatever. No, too rich for my blood. Yeah. I'm not paying that. Now I want some banana pudding. Here's where I have let my southern roots down. I know a good banana pudding when I eat one, but I never learned any of the family recipes for how to make the good authentic. I know how to make the cheater, banana pudding, vanilla pudding mix, slice up some bananas, but I know that's not what my family did. The old ladies in my family were doing more than that. And I really should learn that recipe. Hi, Bed Cat. Hi, little miss. Short for Americans, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you will technically be in another state. I'm just saying. But that is much closer than you were.
That's true.
Hi, Wendy. So, it is after 9:30. For anybody who's new to this particular stream, we give ourselves the first 30 minutes to, just settle. And then at 10 o'clock, we'll start the Q&A. For anybody who's been to these for a hot minute, we are now ending earlier than we used to because we are old and tired. And we can't anymore, y'all. So the stream will end at approximately 11 p.m. An hour and a half for anybody, not in our time zone. Oh, banana pudding. Oh, my God.
Yeah, now I'm...
So here are the recipes I should have gotten from my grandmother and my great-grandmother while they were still alive, except I was young and dumb and just didn't think about it. So banana pudding, a good peach cobbler, I can do peach cobbler, but it's never been their peach cobbler. And then my family would do, and I know this is, other people do this, but I don't know if I'm calling it the right thing anymore. They were basically... It was blueberry dumplings. So it was cooked blueberries and then there was dough ball, dumplings. Because in my family, any dumpling you had was always basically a wet biscuit. It was never a noodle. Unless my dad was cooking. He called his dumplings these flat noodle things. No. I need a biscuit in the middle of my wet stuff. So yeah, I don't remember what we called but I always thought of them as cherry dumplings, blueberry dumplings. I don't like cherries, as cherries. I like cherry flavor. But the blueberries, that was good. But I don't know what the hell they did. I don't think I've ever had a ding dong.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like moon pies. The first one I ever tried was after it was thrown at me at a Mardi Gras parade. That was a cultural experience I had not had until I was a teenager.
Yeah, I've never had a moon pie.
I'm not a fan. I don't like them. I don't know what it is. my vague memory is texture was not my favorite. The flavor was a little too cloyingly sweet, if I recall. There was just I just didn't like it. Also, I don't like having things thrown at me. So I don't like parades.
We did not have them while growing up. I think the equivalent that we had was something called a scooter pie.
I've heard of a scooter pie, but I don't know what that is.
Yeah. I think that was our equivalent of
a moon pie.
Of a moon pie.
Yep. I will say I am sometimes a ding dong. Even in my dreams. Can I tell them my dream from last night?
Go right
where
ahead.
I was a dumbass in my own dream. So apparently my subconscious did not get the memo that even though it's only in theory, I am technically allowed to be non-monogamous if I want. Because I was having a really sexy dream. Like, oh my God. So it didn't start out sexy. I had to go into a waiting room and wait for my turn for an autism assessment. The waiting room promptly got really big and filled with people all waiting for theirs. Also, it was partially outside because there were swings, and an old work enemy, she fucking hated me and I didn't give a shit about her, was there and was being fake nice, but there was this very attractive man who was like coming on to me and I wanted to make out with him so bad. Now, why in the waiting room waiting to get an autism assessment? I don't know if that's the appropriate time. And the whole time I'm like, I really want to, but I can't do this to JB. I can't do, of course, in my head, in my dream, it's daddy, but you know what I mean? Like, I can't do this to him. This is so wrong. And then I kissed him, and oh God, it was so good in my dream, and it should have been more. And then I woke up, and when I woke up, that's when I remembered that no, even in my dreams, I'm allowed to be non-monogamous. And it was not a dream I could get back into. It was gone. Like the moment I woke up, I am a ding-dong. So. Yeah, there we go. Ta-da! See, the chaos is already ensued. I can't even keep up with the live chat.
Didn't take long.
No, it did not. Because I've been thinking about that that was a good, like, I don't have a lot of, like, erotic dreams. Like, that's just a part of me that's a little bit dried up, you know. And it was the most inappropriate location. I don't know how the waiting room kept getting bigger and bigger and wilder. And he was on a swing, and I was like, and it was this sexy moment, and I was so fucking mad at myself. If my brain had just remembered, but then I have to think, what would have happened in that waiting room full of people? That's probably inappropriate. So, yeah, so that would be so nice. The only times I ever get continuations of dreams tend to be anxiety dreams and stress dreams. They're not like a frequent thing. But yeah, that's usually when it's had a dream one night and didn't finish the report. Oh no. And there was my old boss. Oh no. And then like a few nights later have another dream and I still haven't finished the report. You know what I mean? Like, don't even remember what the dude looked like. Age, none of it. Got the sense that he was my age or younger, which that would be unusual for me. Dark hair, I remember that. Really good kisser. Like in my dreams, everybody's a good kisser. As it should be. As it should be. No weird like spit getting in the wrong spot. No weird tongue thing you weren't expecting, you know. It's just always perfect. Funyuns.
Yeah, I
am not a major fan of Funyuns, but the few times I've eaten them, I'm like, these are good. Like, I don't want to eat them all the time. This is not like a sour cream and onion chip or a Dorito, you know, the cheesy one, not the Cool Ranch. I don't like the Cool Ranch. But yeah, Funyuns are pretty good. The kids had a thing. Well, the oldest had a thing for a while. That's all he wanted to eat was Funyuns. And then he graduated from that to salt and vinegar chips. Now he's a broke-ass college student. He's like, what are potato chips? That's not in my budget. Except when mom's buying the groceries. And do you know what he gets? He gets, like, whatever the weird flavor of kettle chip is at Aldi. I'm like, I don't even buy the kettle chips, even though those are my favorite chips. I have heard something like that before about dreams. I have had the very weird, I don't know what the scientific like explanation is, but I've had very weird things where very prominent deja vu where I distinctly remember having a dream, and it's not like, oh, I've done this before. It's I had a dream about this and now here I am, and it's random stuff. It's not significant stuff. I, as a middle schooler, dreamt about a woman in a purple like business suit walking across a wooden stage. And then in 9th grade, I'm sitting in the auditorium and it's a wooden stage, and here comes this lady in a purple business suit, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? Like, I thought I was losing my mind. It's never anything interesting. It's like random shit. Subconscious pulls it in, and then I see it. And it's always like the dream came first, and then here I am having the moment. X, I could use like some snacks, but we don't have snacks right now because we have to go grocery shopping tomorrow. This is the lightest the pantry's been in a hot minute. Is it because you're finally eating through all of the Christmas cookies you bought from Aldi on clearance? Y'all, we go to Aldi every week, and during Christmas when they were selling all these like German cookies and stuff, JB was buying them up. Every time they had them, we left with 2. And then Christmas was over, and we went to Aldi 3 separate times, once or twice, just to go check the clearance so he could get more Christmas goodies. And we are just now starting to eat through those.
Pfeffernuss and marzipan.
The pfeffernuss is good. I would love to have like homemade pfeffernuss, like authentic.
You sent me a recipe. I still have that. I still have that recipe.
I'm glad you do.
It's been on my list to.
Could you remind me? Onyx, please don't get in my Kindle stuff. Onyx might be the menace tonight, y'all. Yeah.
So.
Are they a pain to make? Oh. Yeah. And I'm really impressed you knew how to spell that silent. I can barely say pfeffernuss. I don't know how to spell it. No. We was it Halloween we missed? We didn't go on November 1st?
Yeah.
And then there was one time
that might have been a good thing.
That probably was a good thing.
That probably was a good thing.
There was one clearance sale. I don't remember if it was a holiday or it was just they were getting rid of some stuff. Their signs were wrong, and I was so excited. I thought I'd found this like, normally $5 thing for like $1. And we get up there and know it's $5 thing, and I had to go, I don't want it. I'm not paying. If it was $1, I was like, but your sign. And they just shrug at you because it's, they're like, I'm just ringing you up and trying to get you out of here as fast as fucking possible. I don't know what you want me to do. And I was like, fine, I don't want it. Mr. Spock asked, how's Lola and her eye doing?
Well, tonight was the last night of a week of eye drops.
A brand new type of eye drop.
A new eye drop. And her eye did improve some. There's been some improvement, but it's not still 100%.
Well, and I mean, the first vet said it probably would never be 100%.
Yeah.
Some of that hazing is probably permanent. I was supposed to call the veterinary ophthalmologist today, but it was chaotic. And so I guess I'm doing that on Monday. Not that Mondays aren't chaotic too. I don't know. So I think once she realizes that you're not doing drops anymore, she's going to relax a whole hell of a lot.
Oh,
She's got a new thing. She is not in this office with us because it's the evening. This is her time to go to bed. We got her into the habit of in the evenings, we sit on the couch or at least in the living room with her. And she likes that.
The pack is all together.
Right. And now it's a little sporadic. JB's probably at his computer. I might be doing something. We're not in the living room as often as Lola wants us to be. And her remedy for that is to cry and howl. Like she sounds like she's in mourning. I watched her. I was sitting on the couch next in the actual sofa next to the big couch where she was laying. And I watched her throw her head back like she was howling at the moon.
And she puts her heart into
Oh,
it. I mean, you know, she's like,
I started singing with her the
Right?
first couple times because I just said her name. I won't sing here. None of y'all want that. The first couple times I just said Lola, Lola, and she would stop and look at me, and her ears went back, like engaged. Some mode was engaged, and she stopped caring that I was there telling her, "Hi,
Yeah.
I'm here. You're not alone." And so then, as she howled, I would just sing her name. Yeah, I'm sure I'm tone deaf. I'm sure it was not in pitch with her, but it didn't deter her. She just kept going.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, okay.
when sometimes when I'm at the computer at night and she's laying at my feet, she will start doing her howl, and she'll be right at my freaking feet and be like, Lola, Lola, Lola. No, and she will not stop until that whole howl cycle is completed, and then she'll turn around.
She was in the middle of something. She was singing the song of her people.
Right.
Also, you clearly were not doing something correct, or she wouldn't have had to sing.
I was not in the living room with the rest of the pack.
Yeah, she's on a schedule, and you're not
You know,
cooperating.
I'm not
with it.
cooperating lately. No.
It's going to be even worse when your new computer arrives. We'll never see you again.
No.
Which he's getting a new computer. For anybody who has been in like game night stuff or whatever for Discord or through Patreon and been like, where did JB go? Because his computer just stops, just reboots.
Decided to stop working.
That will no longer be a problem
No.
once it arrives.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I never did the sniff test.
No, you
I
didn't.
never did the sniff. Oh, fuck. So now that I've let you in on that random comment, okay, let me back it up. Right before Christmas, we changed up the litter box formation in this house. One place we had the litter box was getting so messy and so just that we were like, none of us could stand anymore. Nobody wanted to walk in that part of the house. You couldn't keep it clean. It was miserable. So we went, okay, we will reconfigure and move things around. Miss Ella did not appreciate that. No. And when Ella is unhappy with a bathroom situation, she will pee and even shit, but mostly pee on any like pile of something soft. So at the same time, this was a rookie mistake. At the same time we moved her favorite litter box. It was in like apparently a perfect location. We also got new bath mats for the boys' bathroom, and they were real thick and plush and like really soft. Apparently, so soft. She was like, "Yes, this is where I'm going to pee
This
now."
is acceptable. Yeah.
So we've been keeping all kinds of doors closed for rooms that don't get a lot of traffic, so you can't catch if Ella is doing her business somewhere.
Right.
I feel like she's calmed down because we did some stuff and blah blah blah, but you still have to watch her. And the oldest bedroom door was apparently not latched correctly, and at some point, somebody went in there. JB doesn't have a sense of smell, y'all. So when you got to figure out if there's a yucky smell, it's my job. Sour milk and cat pee. That's my job. And I forgot.
And Mr. Spock asked, what kind of computer? I bought it through CyberPower, and I actually selected all the components of what I wanted to go into it. This is I've bought several computers from them. Now I've always been very happy. I've got a lot of use out of them.
Yeah, your computers last for literal years.
And considering the way I pound on them.
Yeah, we figured out this computer you're finally replacing. We had it when we lived in the condo.
Yeah.
And I think we bought it in early days in the condo. So we're talking not quite 10 years.
Yeah.
This thing has been going.
Yep.
You're also on an Xbox saga with the youngest.
Oh, man.
I'm so glad I am not the IT person in this family. When something electronic or remotely technologically advanced stops working, I'm like, not me, go talk to Mr. John, that's his department.
So the youngest Xbox had died, and we thought it was a video issue that's common with that particular model, and took it in to have it repaired. And they called me and they were like, it's not the video, it's actually the hard drive. So they replaced the hard drive and reloaded the system. Bring it home. He starts loading his games, and there's one game that is his top game that it's like his hyperfixation game. Destiny.
And Destiny 2 specifically, I think, right?
Destiny 2 specifically, sorry, yes. It will not load. It will not launch. It will not let him play. He can go onto my Xbox that he's been using, and works fine. Loads fine. And oh my gosh, I have been working on this thing left and right.
Subreddits, Google searches, support pages, like every obscure Google search.
Support pages between Bungie and Microsoft and all that, back and forth between the two, and trying everything.
You said you had a couple more things to try, and that this weekend was...
Yeah, this weekend was it. This weekend's going to be it. Because one of them is physically taking the Xbox in here and hardwiring it, and seeing if that makes a difference.
Gotcha. If that does make a difference, is there a solution for the kid's bedroom?
You run a wire from here.
Stop! A wire from this room across... Stop! Stop! Bunny, that might be a dangerous question to ask. The last time I asked one of my children to explain Destiny to me, 3 hours later, they still weren't done. I just nodded.
Yeah.
I just nodded and smiled.
So that has been my journey this week, and we're gonna have to see if that works. And
Andre, the moment he turned it on, it got updated.
Yeah. It was a whole new install, so it was all the downloads were, and updates and everything before it would let him do anything.
Yeah, that took up
hours.
Literal hours, yeah.
Because there was so much, But no, it is all patched and up to date and all that good stuff. Tried different things with the ports, changing the ports, and it's
I'm so glad that's not my problem.
Yeah,
it's not my cross to bear. I do other things though, so
I don't want to get it working. I want my Xbox back.
That's true. You're not playing on your Xbox because it's on loan to the youngest,
right,
while his is out of commission. And there have been... Now, when you get your Xbox back, which was formerly the oldest Xbox,
right?
Did he buy himself a new Xbox? Did his grandma buy? I'm so confused.
He did get a new one. I don't remember how, when, or where, but yes, he does.
I'm so confused. Everybody's got an Xbox but me. I don't want one. It's fine.
I have a PlayStation 2.
Oh my God. Go back to the computer repair shop and get that PlayStation 4, okay? Okay. But, so here's my question. Once you have your Xbox back, is that going to the TV in the living room, or is that when you're going to make your little gamer spot in the spare bedroom?
It will probably go in the living room for a little while until I make my little gaming spot in the bedroom. Yep.
Yeah.
So, anywho.
I need the ibuprofen to kick in.
Yeah, that's been my console journey this week. Oh man.
Oh wow, Taishu, that's cool.
Oh wow, yeah.
X, I don't have any loyalty to anything. I can't play any of them. Now when I was a kid, I did manage to like make it through Super Mario Brothers. But you hand me a controller now, they're either just gonna kick or jump in place. I do not have the hand-eye coordination, and then to use both hands? Are you kidding me? No, I don't have the patience or tolerance for it. Give me a book. Let me read. I mean, I have been kind of tempted by like what I, hear is kind of a cozy game. Oh God, now I can't. Like, is it Stardew Valley? Is that the one I've heard of? There's one that's like super cozy and it's like kind of chill vibes. Y'all don't know. I don't know anything about this stuff. And I'm like, oh, is it really chill? Or will I just become obsessed with it to the point that that's unhealthy? Just let me read my book. It's fine. So.
Excuse me.
Oh.
No,
Oh God, when a floppy disk was actually floppy.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, the what, 5 1/4?
Yeah, I can see it in my head.
Mm-hmm.
So Destiny and Destiny 2 are big with the kids.
Yeah.
The oldest plays, it's called RuneScape?
RuneScape is a game.
He's really into that.
He loves that game.
Really into it.
Yeah.
But now that he also has to pay for his own games, he waits for a sale. And he doesn't need to buy a new game the moment it's released. He's like, if I wait long enough for the next release, they'll make this one really cheap.
And he's also been discovering the joy of older games that are like, $6-7 here and there.
Yeah, he's like, I got that game for $7. I'm like, that's my child. That's my DNA right there. Oh wow, rah. Oh my gosh. So
wow.
I was a little too young for that. I remember, and I think they've come back out like a newer version, the colorful Macs that had like the back had the bubble kind of thing, and there were different colors.
Yeah,
I wanted one so bad.
I remember those.
And I think there is like a new generation that has at some point been released, and they're colorful.
Those things were paperweights back in the day. God, they were so heavy.
Every computer was though. Yeah. They were Yes, IMAX. I couldn't think of the word. Yeah, I want the colorful one. That's what look. The one I have. It's like the car. We're gonna use it till the wheels fall off. That was way too much damn money for a computer. Bunny, I've had people say, "Oh, you should try The Sims," multiple times over the years, and I always been like, maybe. And then there were a couple of YouTubers I watched. They were not gamers, but like their game of choice for their like free time was like The Sims, and they would sometimes show you what you could do. And I just don't think I would ever. First of all, I don't think I'd ever get past the point of what do I want my sim to look like, because that's too many options, and I would want to try them all. Second, I would forget to go back, and by the time I log back in, they're probably dead of starvation. Like, I just don't need that kind of responsibility in my life. Oh gosh, I would love a colorful Mac product. I have one of the purple iPhones. Not that you can tell because I put a case on it.
Right.
Which my case is falling apart, but what was the name of the company we got our cases from? Velvet Caviar?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I've owned 2 or 3 cases from them. Their cases are super fucking cute. They do not last.
Yeah, no,
last.
I was going to say mine's very rough around the edges now, yeah.
But they're so cute. They're so cute, but they don't last. I need a new case because the plastic film coating that's supposed to like keep the case clean is literally peeling.
Yeah. Yep.
The clear phone. I did not get the clear phone, but somehow, some way, I do not know what the style is called, but my dad always called it the princess phone. It was like an old fashioned, and it had had floral handle, cream color floral handle, and then air quote this gold, receiver and whatever, and it was like real fancy. Yeah. Oh God, I begged. I don't know how I thought I could convince my parents this. I begged to get my own phone number into my room. Yeah, that was never going to happen. My dad's like, yeah, no, that's never going to fucking happen. I want to be able to pick up the phone and know what the fuck you're saying to somebody. But yeah, I wanted the clear phone. I never got the clear phone. Okay, it's technically 10:01. We will continue the chaos, but we're also now officially at the Q&A portion. So... okay, it's been since last month. I've already forgotten how this works. Okay, so you can ask anything. It could be about your kink situation. It can be about a kink in general. It can be about us. We don't care. If it requires more than the character limit of a single post in live chat, it's probably too long for here. Use our contact page on our website. Send it that way. Please tag us when you ask your question. Just type @LovingBDSM. It lights up for us, because if the conversation starts flowing, I won't see a question if it's not tagged. Third, I don't know what number we're on. The next thing. If we do not answer your question quickly enough for you, do not spam the chat. You will be put in time out. Okay. That was probably clear as mud. Ask your questions, tag us, we'll go from there. Tay Shoes finally got the chance to ask his question. What snack did you love as a kid but haven't eaten as an adult? He says, I'll go first. Corn nuts. I think I ate corn nuts one time as a child. I did not like that texture. A snack I ate as a kid that I don't eat now. I don't even know if they're the bugler corn chips, kind you put on your fingertips and then you.
I remember those. Yeah.
Those and the pizza combo ones. They were they'd have the pretzel and then you'd have like a mushy thing on the inside. I can't think of
like a cheese thing.
Yeah. And they were grotesque, but
yeah, they were.
My teenage palate fucking loved that shit. Those are mine. What did you eat as a snack?
Mine.
That you no longer eat.
Mine is very precise. It's Freihofer's chocolate chip cookies.
That you could only get in your part of upstate New York. Is that what you're telling us?
Freihofer's chocolate chip cookies and Yoo-Hoo to wash them down.
Oh, I know I drank Yoo-Hoo as a kid. But I drank it very infrequently because we were too broke for Yoo-Hoo. That was a treat kind of thing, like once every couple years. And I'm sure I liked it as a kid, but not enough to be like, oh my gosh, a Yoo-Hoo. Like, nah. Okay, X, thank you. I thought I was simplifying that too much. I was like, combos. That feels right, but that can't be the name. That's just a word. Thank you. Okay, but that just shows how long ago it's been since I ate them. I see them in gas stations all the time now. There's not enough. It couldn't be cheap enough. It could be free, and I'm still like, no, I'm not eating those. I'm not eating those. Okay, I see it. Thanks, Silent, for tagging us. Julie asks, do you think some dominants are too proud to admit to top drop? Yeah. Some doms are too proud to admit they have feelings. Some doms are too proud to admit that they don't know everything. Yeah, there are some that are too proud to admit they're going their top drop. For fucking sure. No doubt in my mind. No doubt. That is to their own detriment and also probably the detriment of their partner. Because you're going to know something's wrong and you're going to see that they're off and then they're going to be fucking denying it. Don't deny it. Just don't lie to you and me. Like, I got eyes to see. But yeah, I think so. Have you ever? So I'll ask you this as our resident dom. I don't like it, but I understand where that feeling might come from. That I can't admit to this thing. It's a perceived air quote weakness. It's not, but I know that there's some people who will think that. have you had early days? I know you're not like this now. Did you ever have times where you thought, oh, I can't admit to this or that because that's not very dominant of me?
No. My first experience with drop, I had no idea what the fuck it was. I didn't know what was happening.
Yeah.
You know, but as far as to not, no. That's just not.
Because that's not who you are.
No.
Yeah. I would have been surprised if you had said, "Oh yeah, it was really tough for me to admit blah blah thing." Here's my look on it, and I know this is a simplified look. I get it. If you can be vulnerable enough to like bare your kinky soul to somebody and go, "Here's the freaky shit I want to do to you. Here's the freaky shit I want you to do to me." You should be able to admit all kinds of other things, not everything. Mm-hmm. Depends on the nature of the relationship. But a lot of things. Like, you literally are like, I would like you to sing the Star Spangled Banner while beating me and then eat my ass afterwards while humming, God Save the Queen. Like, if you can tell somebody that, I don't know, I had to go wild. But if hyperbole aside, my point is, if you can say shit like that, you should be able to go, fuck yeah, drop sucks, don't it? I don't feel right. Like, come on.
Easy.
Oh my God, I'm gonna pee on myself. It was silence. What the fuck? I was like, oh God. Sometimes the synapses are firing, y'all. Okay, and that's what happens. Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry. I've seen a few comments about how our mood seems better. This is what you get when that happens. I'm so sorry. I get weird. I get so weird with it because all the synapses are firing. I can have a thought and then express it. I make myself cry from laughing in the process, but okay.
Right, that didn't take long.
Okay. Bunny, I never did get rid of the actual page. I just don't put the links anywhere. Anyway, that would not be a thing we would do. I'm not into eating ass, sorry, or having it eaten. No, thank you. No, thank you. I got too much anxiety. That's not a way that I'm going to move forward in life. Okay. Rara asks, we're talking about being sadistic over on our side, especially the struggles that some have with accepting that side of them. Have you ever struggled with that, and how do you handle it? Okay, Mr. Sadist.
Yeah, that was something I struggled really hard with in the beginning, especially. I was really good with the power exchange stuff.
Oh, let me be in control? Sure, I got that. Yeah, I could see that.
The sadistic side, that took a little bit. And what helped me was a masochist at Munch, because it came up in the conversation. I brought it up, and she was telling me what receiving pain does for her, and how she views it, as, how did she put it? You're giving that person something they need. Okay, something that they desire that fulfills them in some way.
Right, you're not just doing it because you're a big old meanie who's sick in the head or something. Right.
And that was one of the first times that I heard somebody say, and you can end it. It's not like it's
right,
safe word and boom, everything ends. And that was what at that point got me thinking about it differently.
Yeah, because, you hear sadist or sadistic, you think, I'm an evil person who just wants to hurt somebody else. And it's like, actually. So, yeah. Now, have you ever, since we've been together, in our relationship, because I know you've had other relationships, so different conversation, but in our relationship, have you ever struggled with your sadistic side since we've been together? Are there things you're like, oh, I can't do that, or, oh, I shouldn't do that, or whatever.
I wouldn't say struggled, but every once in a while, there have been moments where I would be like, I wish I could go harder.
Yeah, we've had that conversation, which, it's, you've had other partners where you've had. Yeah. So, okay, thank you, Silent, because, I did miss that. Sorry, X. X says, would either of you ever consider using Pop Rocks during oral? That's how you get yeast infections. So no, keep your Pop Rocks away.
Don't recommend it.
Keep them away from me. You're a wimp. You could not handle that much pinging off of your... If it got painful, you would be like, get the fuck away from me. I've seen you with pain. Sensation, you hedonist, yes. Yeah. But the moment it got painful... that one of those little Pop Rocks just rubs your dick the wrong way, he'd probably knock me out of the bed. He can give it, but he cannot take it. It's true. And the idea of it, hilarious. I have learned I don't like novelty things near my... anything, quite frankly, because we tried a ginger tinged lube that was supposed to be a sensation lube, and I just screamed and cried, and JB had to give me oral to lick the lube. Now, could I have just hopped in the shower and rinsed it off? Sure, but that was not the frame of mind we were in.
No.
So I can't imagine Pop Rocks. But also, I'm not putting anything with sugar anywhere near my junk. It's not happening. That is how you get a yeast infection. Oh, my gosh. Now, talking about impact, there are times I desperately wish I could handle harder. Because it's a thing I want to give you. I want you to have that experience. Also, sometimes I wish I could be that badass who's like, and this is my perception that somebody is a badass of, just, do it, and I can take it, and I cannot take it.
Yeah. And you have done that a few times in the past.
Yeah.
So,
if I'm in the, so my ability to handle harder or more impact and pain comes all the way down to where my head is at and how relaxed I physically am. So when I'm in, and it's like the stars have to align because I have to be super relaxed. I have to be mentally and physically. So my body's got to be nice and loose. That almost never happens. I can't be weighed down by like, just here's what I got to do. And here's the thing I'm thinking about. It's like, the one time, normally if I hit subspace, which is very rare for me these days, all play stops. And the one time I can clearly remember going into subspace, losing the ability to even speak, coming out of it, it took a hot minute, and saying more, harder, what? That second session, you were able to go so much harder because I was a limp noodle. I was all vibes, nothing else. My sense of pain and what things felt like was just completely different. But that is that's lightning in a bottle. I can't make that happen a second time. That just
no. It's one of those things that happens organically and
Yep. Yeah, Silent, when you feel like you're on fire, unless you like that kind of thing. I do not. God, oh my God, I can still, JB was such a trooper, y'all. I started screaming, get it off. The image I have in my head is of him diving down there.
I'll save you.
Oh no, I have to lick pussy. Oh no. even enjoy it for a while
Right.
because all I felt like my clit was on fucking fire. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, Andre. After I had that experience with the lube, yeah, no, figging was completely off the table. That's a hard red. That's nope, no. Yeah, the sacrifices JB makes.
Yeah, you know, it's tough sometimes.
Look, we think about the sacrifices you make. Because okay, let me take you on the journey of my head. I was trying that lube because that was a time when I was writing about sex toys a lot and I was reviewing a lot and blah blah. And so that took me on the him taking one for the team and signing up for shit he did not know he was signing up for. To the hey, will you be my stunt dick for these sex toy reviews that I'm freelancing for, like I'm being hired for? And at first he's like, ooh, yeah, that sounds great. And then one day he was like, please, I don't want to put my dick in another toy. Please, no, I don't care how much money they're paying you. No, my stunt dick is off the market.
Retiring. Going into retirement.
Oh my god. It's right up there, Andre. Your custom paddle is a beast. Like that's scary. It's beautiful. I would want to look at it. That's about it.
That's it.
And it kills me because it's a beautiful piece of wood. Mm-hmm. It's a sadistic fucking style. Like simple. Mm-hmm. So simple. Elegant even. Mean as fuck. Like I can appreciate it. Over there. In a box. Being sent to another country for somebody to enjoy. I will happily sell the evilest and meanest of toys, but I don't want them used on me. Bunny mentioned briefly the spicy page. JB and I have had lots of conversations lately, and there was some, I don't even remember, and so I wouldn't say it here because it was kind of private, but we had some conversation recently. We were talking about sex and kink and blah, 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 and you said something, it's gone, lost to the ether, but I still remember the thought I had, which is, Is this the time to talk about revitalizing the spicy page?
You never know.
No, it's too soon. Yeah. Lord, we're just getting back used to like fucking around with each other, let alone putting a camera. Okay, Ethan. Asked a question. Thank you, Ethan. I have a more serious kind of question for JB. Is there? Okay. I see what you're saying. Is there an email or social account? Would you prefer just through our contact page, or would you prefer directly to you?
Contact page would be fine.
Okay, on our website, lovingbdsm.net, we actually have two contact pages. Whichever one you hit first, it's all coming to email.
Yeah.
It just put at the top of the email, this question is specifically for JB, and I'll make sure he sees it.
Yep.
Okay, what is Tayshu plotting over there? In case people are wondering, our next rope social will feature a ball gag with one of those New York party blowers in it. Oh my god, I don't think I could do the scene. I'd be laughing so hard. But I guess that's part of the torture.
Right.
JB is fucked with your algorithm, Silent. Is that what I'm gathering? You got your hands on a little bit of Purple Heart.
Yes.
Damn little.
Yeah.
Have you already used it, or is it still like in hiding, waiting to be used?
It's in the wings right now. Yeah. Waiting in the wings.
Yeah. You got some rosewood, which is a really pretty deep dark brown. What else did you get?
Some bloodwood.
Ah, that's what it was. Bloodwood. That's a red wood. Oh my gosh.
And oh gosh, what was that? I cannot. Edamame?
Edamame.
Edamame.
I vaguely remember what it looks like. We had it once before and sold it real fast at the Kinkery, thekinkery.com. Okay.
That has been somewhat of a replacement for the black locust.
Yeah,
it's got that golden. When it's sanded and it's finished, it's got that golden color. Is it as dense
as black locust?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at the Kinkery, thekinkery.com. Primarily in our resin inlay paddles, but sometimes in others. When we could get black locust, it was not the most beautiful color. It was not even the most popular color of wood. But the selling point is, I'm like, if you want thuddy, you want black locust.
That was a heavy, dense wood.
Right.
Yeah.
If you want smacky, stingy, you want black walnut, and now maple. We've got maple in. But once we couldn't get our hands on black locust anymore, it's been, I don't really have a good, Bloodwood's a good thuddy one. Purple Hearteds. But those are exotics, and they are hard to get in. So, Andre, I get that. And then the price of everything is just going up in general. Bunny, I kind of agree. I was thinking about, I'm not usually a fan of gags because one, they can sometimes trigger my claustrophobia and my panic because I think I can't breathe. I can, but my brain lies to me. But I'm very, I go multiple ways on the spit thing. Because in general, don't like that. Don't like body fluids. But there's something about if I get in the right headspace in a scene, well, then it's dirty in the right way and the good way. And then there's a little humiliation to it. It's like it hits a few buttons all at once.
I get it.
But
there is that one.
The bit gag.
Bit gag, yep.
So I go a little crazy.
Oh yeah.
When the bit gag's in, and it's been a long time since I've used that one. The bit gag gives me different feels than the ball gag does. Both good, but just different.
Different, yeah.
Yeah. I think I go more submissive with the ball gag, and I go almost primal with the bit gag.
Yes, you do. Yeah,
I do.
Yeah. Yep.
I do.
That's true.
God, when was the last time I used a gag? It's been a few years, literal years.
It has been.
A bit gag is, instead of it being like a ball in your mouth, it's literally like a hard piece that I'm not gonna be able to speak when I do this. Yeah. So your mouth is forced open. There's less in your mouth.
Would you like me to go get it?
Well, if you put it on me, I'm
not going to put it on you, but I can get it to show.
Yeah, yes, you can. If you want to. I feel like I'm being teased with the bit gag now. That doesn't seem fair. Yeah, I think the bit gag was the very first gag I ever had or tried, because I knew from when JB and I were talking about the use of gags, I remember saying before I ever tried one, I'm not sure I can do this, because if I feel like I can't breathe, I will panic. The best ball gags for me are either very small, so my mouth doesn't feel completely stretched and I feel like I can still get air, or the ball gag that has the holes in it so that you are absolutely breathing straight through that thing. That puts, I don't know if there's more spit to that one. I haven't done enough comparison with the solid versus the one with holes in it. But yeah.
Found it right on top of the. So this is the bit gag. Yeah.
Yeah, the leather's covered with plastic.
Right. It's like a soft plastic tube. And then just goes behind the head. And there it is.
So Andre's saying, Christy also has to use the ball gag with the holes in it. Panics. Take you on a train of thought. Panic made me think of how I panic in other ways during fuckery times, and how we recently, over our break when we were super fucking relaxed, got to try a thing we haven't done in literal years, and It's the kinkiest thing we've done in a decade. We had sex missionary style. And I didn't hyperventilate. I didn't have a panic attack in the middle.
You didn't.
I almost did right at the end. At the end for JB, he goes boneless, as you would expect, as he's hard as a fucking rock. And so his weight came down on me, and for like half a second I was like, I'm clearly dying. And I was like, nope, you're fine, you're fine. And then his O face came out, and he got off of me, and we were good. It's very, that was like delightful.
Yeah.
Also, you were like throwing me around. We did multiple fucking positions. Who are we? You need 2 weeks off to do nothing more often. Because it was about a week in, and you were like, oh, okay, I got the strength for this. And I was relaxed enough, I allowed him to move me. For somebody who's submissive, I don't get thrown around well. Because I don't have never been thrown around a lot in my sexual life. So when Jamie wants to move me, it's a bit like moving a boulder because all my muscles tense up because I'm like, what is happening?
You're like Saki.
And I was relaxed enough. I just went with it. And for the first time in my adult fucking life, I was just flipped around. It was delightful. It was delightful.
Oh, gosh.
Yes, like that's how.
Yep.
When Saki was alive, for such a small dog, we should have been able to carry him anywhere. If you'd pick Saki up, all 4 legs would just go straight and tense, and you carried him like he was taxidermied.
Yeah. A statue, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, X, I relate. Perimenopause, like, made the sex drive just go away, and then the stress on top of it, it was like whatever the opposite of of that is, like that. And right now, I don't have like a high, like I'm not craving sex all the time, but it's happening more than it used to.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's just something I celebrate, because it's like, okay, we're only having sex like 2 or 3 times a month, but that's better than 2 or 3 times a year.
Right.
Which is, we had a couple of years there. I mean, thank God for kink, because, and us not always combining the two in our heads, like we can do kink without sex and we're fine. Because then we were losing out on, a sexual relationship that we want to have with one another, but we still had other points of connection. Thank fucking God. Oh God, yes. Yeah. Yeah, and JB's a cuddler, and I have my don't even touch me days for different reasons. So there's the days when I'm walking around with a nuclear powered generator inside of me, and I'm hotter than fuck. Then there are the days where I'm just completely overstimulated and everything is too much, and I just want to live in a bubble by myself and don't anybody look at me, don't anybody touch me, don't anybody talk to me. And then there are those days when it's both. Both is fun. Pretzels, both chewy and crispy.
I keep forgetting.
That you have soft pretzels. I know. And you don't want them for movie night. You want them for special occasions, but then you forget
It's not even that. I just forget I have them, and I've got the marinara sauce, too, for them.
Yeah, I know. I hope that marinara sauce is still good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a pretzel and marinara sauce. I'll put marinara sauce on almost anything kind of person. Is it your Italian roots showing?
Maybe.
Probably. I'm pretty sure your grandmother probably tried to put air quote, gravy in your bottle when you were a baby. If they're crispy, I want them to be the sticks. The twists, I don't know why I don't like them. I don't like them. The sticks, I fucking love. Man, they're nice to drag through dips too. And then, yeah, I love a soft pretzel. I want cheese. And I want cheese with a Z. Like, I want it to be the fake orange stuff that's definitely not found in nature. I don't know why I like that. Because I don't like mustard on my pretzels. I don't like that much. I'm okay with mustard. I don't like that much fucking mustard. The kind like you'd be dipping back. Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
But now, see, if you do, the proper mustard to use would be like a deli mustard or brown mustard.
I don't like
that at all. No.
Because I like to dip almost everything that I eat. The food that I dip into the dip is just the vehicle to get the dip in my mouth and still appear to have manners. I'm a person who would just have a tub of dip with a spoon if I could. But pretzels and hummus, pretzels in your chip dip, ooh, that's delicious. Pretzels and peanut butter, I can make a dip out of anything.
See, X, it's because it makes me feel like I'm at the mall having one of Auntie Annie's pretzels.
Oh, yeah. Now, from Auntie Annie, I always like the cinnamon sugar ones.
Those are good. Those
I like
are good
the little
too.
bites and the
Those are
big
good
pretzel.
too.
The big pretzel's hard to eat in public, so I would prefer not to. I like the little bites that they do. But yeah, that's what I want from Auntie Anne. So I cannot believe I'm saying this, X. I think I've eaten too many fucking chips because I have lost my desire for lots of chips. I'll eat just like a teeny tiny little snack bag, and then I'm good on chips for literal days. Like I'm just like, meh. I'm in my corn tortilla chip phase. That's where I'm at right now. Huh. Cheese dip at Culver's. When I'm at Culver's, I'm getting my one custard I can have in a month without it wrecking my stomach. Oh, that's delicious. I know you can, Silent, but then I eat way more dip than I would if I had to slow down and eat it with a pretzel.
Please don't encourage her. Don't encourage her.
I love a dip. I'll go through.
You
We
do.
did New Year's Eve, was it?
Yeah.
I made, the internet influenced me, Instagram influenced me. I had 2 separate recipes to use and I combined them. I made a crab rangoon dip with fried wontons that I fried my fucking self. I was so proud of me. Those
And they were
wontons
good.
so good, yeah.
They were good.
Oh no, I don't like celery. I like it for
neither.
the ability to get the dip in my face, but celery tends to be stringy, and then there's a texture that sometimes I don't like, and the flavor, there is no flavor to me to celery, so I don't mind that, but there's, nope. Bunny, I went through a buffalo chicken dip phase, that was the only thing, we were buying it from Publix, and then once I actually made it myself, I didn't want it anymore, and I haven't had buffalo chicken dip since. Yes, I'm a guacamole girl.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm a guac nut.
Now, guacamole, that's a vegetable. That's practically salad. I'll eat that with a spoon. I will eat guacamole, but I would, if somebody would let me, I would also eat the queso with a spoon, so. Hairy water, that's a good description. That's a very good description. I am grateful that I'm do not, or do whatever. The cilantro does not taste like soap to me. I was shocked to find out for some people cilantro tastes like soap.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I mean, it's not really my favorite herb. I'll eat it when it's mixed in with stuff. It's no big deal. But soap. The internet told me. Yeah. No. Oh, I love avocados, though. I will happily just eat an avocado. So guacamole is
an extension of that.
Right, it's jazzed up avocado, essentially. Now, you can fuck up a guacamole. I've had guacamole, I was like, what are all these things in it? There were just other vegetables in it. And I don't mean onion or whatever. I don't mean cilantro. I mean I was like, I've never had this in my guacamole. Yeah, Mr. Mike, I know it's a genetic thing, but I couldn't remember, is it the gene you have that makes it taste like soap, or the gene you don't? I couldn't remember that part. God, I love avocado.
I know you do. Yeah.
I had avocado on my breakfast this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I had avocado on my salad yesterday.
Yeah.
I ate another avocado this week. I don't remember what I put it on. Oh, it was in my salad. It was good. Oh, thank you, little miss. Okay. My question. Any tips on how to softly ask someone if they are kinky? I'm very into a new man and feel unsure how to approach it. So the thing I've said in the past is I present hypotheticals, you know, have you ever heard, and also general questions like, have you ever heard of, you know, what do you think about this? Oh, sometimes doing that deflection thing of, oh, I read about this thing. What do you think? And it's not foolproof, but their initial reaction usually gives you an indication.
A good kind of a, yeah.
And not necessarily whether they're kinky, but whether it's even safe to have the conversation. Like, are they going to shut it down and make you, like, have a reaction that's not great? Or can you go, hey, here's the thing. Can we talk about this? But that's, from my very limited experience, by the time I found out I was kinky, I was just like, I'm only looking for another kinky person. So it was out there that I'm submissive. I like dominant men. Hi. You know, like and I personally have never had to go through that, like, song and dance. I've got we've got one friend, she went through a string of finding vanilla men on vanilla apps and then had to do the dance of, how do I tell them I want a daddy? And I was like, oh, I don't know how you do this, girl, because that's too stressful for me. That's too stressful for me. But that is one of my recommendations. Start with hypothetical questions. Yeah. So you're not pointing it back at you or at them. And so there's plausible deniability, you know?
Yeah, you don't want to come at them and like, I want you to give me a spanking. You know, no, you know, it's more like, you know, hey, what do you think about spanking someone?
Right.
You know.
Or have you ever heard of, or what did you think about, you know, however it makes the most sense to come up in conversation. Now, if this is a person that you're into and you think, like, if sex is like a thing you want to pursue with this person, that's a great time to start talking about kink, even if you don't necessarily do kink combined with your sex life, because some people don't. Because when you're talking about the sex things you want to do, you can absolutely insert kink things, right? And have those conversations. I think depending on like age and where you live, I think it's less uncommon these days, at least in a sex conversation, to at least for somebody to have never heard of kink. Like, some people think some things are kinky that the rest of us are like, that's not on my kink list. That's that doesn't feel kinky to me. So you get, messages can get crossed, right? You have to be careful. You need to be direct in those conversations. But that might be another way. If you're having any conversations about sex, insert kink into that, and just to get the idea of what they know, where they stand, kind of deal.
True.
Yes, yarn and whiskey. When I drop the phone on my face, that too is my time to be done. I do it while I'm reading. It's so embarrassing. It's like,
I've done that a few times in bed with the iPad.
Silent, I'm happy to be the mutant. I probably am for other reasons too. You never know. The Instagram keeps influencing me, and I'm too poor for this. So I read on my phone, not my Kindle. I could read like on a Kindle if I wanted. I just prefer my phone. But I keep seeing the people who get like the Kindle holder. I'm sure there's a phone version, and then they have the
remote
to flip their pages. I desperately want that, because then I could read in a position that is very comfortable for my neck without making my hands and arms go numb. I could just flip if you're looking for a birthday or Christmas present idea, just saying.
Amazon wish list.
Right? I know.
Yep.
I would have to remember to actually go look it up. I don't want it so bad that I'm actively searching for it. So it's, you know, when that day happens, though, that I actually both remember and am at a place where I can easily get on Amazon, maybe I'll make that happen. I can't do audiobooks. I can't keep up with the story enough. It's too easy. It's weird to say this. It's too easy for me to get distracted when I'm listening than when I'm reading. When I read, sometimes I can be distracted, but mostly I'm so focused I forget anything exists. But when I'm listening, I'm like, my mind will wander. Also, this is where Bookstagram is not, they're de-influencing me. Every time somebody's like, listen to this sexy narration of this audiobook smut, and it's like this gravelly voice, and it's, I get embarrassed. I'm like, no! Because in my mind, when I'm reading it, they can have any voice that I deem sexy, and I don't actively have to hear them. It's too much like being a voyeur to hear it, and it's not me, and it's not my situation. Even if it's imaginary, it's voyeuristic. It freaks me out. But give me a podcast? I love to listen to podcasts. Just saying. I love history podcasts. Not all history podcasts are created equal, so I love Stuff You Missed in History. I'm also listening to one called Noble Blood, where Dana Schwartz is the host. She's an author. I don't know if it's historical fiction or nonfiction, but I know she's a writer. And so it'll be about royalty from anywhere, even if they're not technically royalty. Like she did a story, I think, on an episode on like JFK, so like American royalty, the way we don't have it, but people still whatever. And there'll be stories from like a few thousand years ago, and then a podcast episode from like 30 years ago. Like it's really, I like that one. Silent. I should be listening to that one because JB's listening to that one.
I have started listening to that. I've listened to a couple episodes now.
I like her reels when they come up.
That's how I found her, from her reels popping up in my algorithm.
Okay, and I'm looking back at chat. Sorry. Okay, Rara, you have the remote. You love it. It works. It works. Does it? I don't need to be convinced. The person sitting next to me needs to be convinced, because every time I show him the reel, he rolls his eyes at me. But he is a person who can sit straight up in bed and look down at his iPad and read. And if I did this for more than 5 minutes, this position right here, one, I'd see better because I'd be looking at the bottom of my fucking progressives. But also my neck would start to throb. I need my pillow that supports my neck. It's delightful. And the other reason I'm not listening specifically to Who Did What Now, not because of the podcast, it took 2 weeks of just not having much to do for me to not be working outside pouring resin, listening to my podcast. I've now got like 12 or 13 podcast episodes from the podcasts I do listen to get caught up on, and I don't think I could handle the pressure of another podcast that would give me homework. Now, if I could get back to taking stupid walks for my stupid mental health and remember to charge my little headphones I like to wear when I'm out there by myself, then I'd listen to more podcasts. But
yeah, we do need to get back to walking now.
Well, our preferred path, hasn't happened yet, but there's going to come a time it's probably not going to be walkable while they're
doing all the construction.
They're clearing a wooded area that like rabbits would go into. Of course, a million squirrels. The cat colonies back there, like all these animals were like living in this wooded area. It's now being cleared out. Considering what it's near, it'll be minimum of one house, but I could see 2 or 3, even with larger lots. And they're having to like deal with the infrastructure of the little lane that is there. So. Night, Bunny.
Good night. Yeah, it's gonna be sad to see that go, because that has been a very nice, quiet road to walk since we lived here.
Because the other option is to walk through the neighborhoods, which are fine, but like we don't have sidewalks, so you're walking down the street or in somebody's yard, basically. And I just don't love that, because then I'm worried about watching for cars or watching for dogs. There's more chance that somebody is standing outside and they're gonna want to say something to you or just perceive that you exist. I don't want that. I don't need that kind of pressure. But if we live near some like really nice trails, but I can barely remember to do shit in my own house and make time for shit in my own house. I don't right now, as where things are at and how scattered I am in general. I do not see me making time and going to do something not at my house. So, oh, thank you, Taishu. Sea Devil asks, do you have any recommendations about books or films that depict more accurate practices or lifestyles? No, because I have not watched a lot of things. I know some of the newer, like 21st, not 50 Shades, but more 21st century movies can do a better job of depicting more realistic. Oh gosh, there was a movie that came out just in the past couple of years. I think it was produced or made, or however that works, by A24. Oh gosh. There've been a couple movies that have come out recently that felt, from the trailers I watched and the articles I read, that sounded like they were probably more realistic. Oh my god, there was one. She's an actress and an actor and a director of like indie stuff, and like, I cannot think of the names. There more recent stuff that's probably come out since post 50 Shades. If you search for BDSM movies, like more mainstream, that actually maybe got released in some theaters, there are more out there. I know I've heard the second season of Bond, right, on Netflix, is more realistic. First season is not.
We didn't even get through the first season.
Couldn't do it. I was yelling at the TV. I had so many questions. But from what I've been told, the second season is. When it comes to books, if you're talking about fiction, it's hit or miss. And quite frankly, Rara, if she's still here, can probably recommend some great authors. Because she reads more of that than I do. But
and I wouldn't even know where to begin to help you with that.
No, I love a good kinky story, but I don't read a lot of specifically BDSM stuff. When I do, I go by recommendations like from Rara. But I like. I love a good kinky story, but yeah, I would definitely get recommendations, read a lot of reviews. Quite frankly, I've started reading an author now. I can't remember that author's name because I saw a review from Rara on like Amazon or whatever, and I was like, oh yeah, I trust Rara. I trust Rara. And Rara is listed here in live chat as the Pink Kink podcast. So. Julie asked, what about the story of O? Well, nothing about that is accurate or realistic.
Yeah. I never read the book or watched the movie.
I read the book, and in true Kayla fashion, I read it. As I'm reading it, I could tell you all about it. The moment I'm done, I forget everything. I remember when I was reading it, I remember thinking, this is definitely not for me. This is kind of sexy kinky, but this isn't anything I would want. And then I watched bits and pieces of the movie, and I was like, it was what, a 70s movie, I think. Is that when it came out, the 70s? And it sort of looks like it and sounds like it. But yeah, nothing about... Not all media needs to be accurate. Fantasies are fantasies. There's a lot of shit that plays out in my head that should never see the light of day. But if you want accuracy, it's the more recent stuff, but it's not all of the more recent stuff. So, yeah, I've gotten into a thing where I mostly read romance. It really needs to be smutty and spicy. Like, do not close the door when they're about to fuck. What are we doing? This is what I was here for. Fantasy. I'll do some sci-fi, historical fiction, but historical fiction depends on the author. Sometimes it's like real closed door, and I'm like, no. Open the door. Open the door. Give me a front row seat. Zoom in. Okay. But the thing that I have found most recently is if it's not why choose, I'm like, why bother? If there's only one love interest, I'm like, how do you not get bored?
Well, you know, it's funny to say. I mean, I'm reading this sci-fi, or it's like a fantasy, more fantasy actually. This particular one, and the main person in the book, she has two love interests. Okay, and she's like, I can't decide. This one is this, and that one is that, and you know, I'm going to hurt one of them, and you know, and I'm thinking to myself, well, why can't you have both?
I don't do a love triangle story. That's stressful. Unless one of the triangle is like clearly a shit, and then I'm like, why do you even like this dude? He sucks. Those love triangles, when it's a clear like, yeah, go with that one, not this one. I don't like love triangles. Just everybody get together. I also have gotten picky about my why choose. Because why is it a whole series of a whole like civilization, one woman, 85 men, everybody's fucking straight? How? Some of my favorite why choose have been where, yes, like the female main character tends to be kind of the core of the group. She's the one they all gravitate towards, but then some of the other characters will have their own side relationships that are sometimes independent of her, and then maybe they bring her in. I'm reading one now where it's kind of like that. It took 5 books of this series before the two men finally fucking admitted they were into one another and kissed, and that was glorious. But yeah, I'm now picky about that. So I want to say I read some Sarah Kate books, but because I have such a awful memory, I would have to go back and look at my history. This is why I would the beginning of 2025 I moved from Goodreads, which I still have a Goodreads account. All the books I've read up until January 1st are still there, but I'm trying Fable. And I'm still using it like I use Goodreads. There's all these features that look cool. I don't care. I don't want to have conversations about books. I just want to be able to put on a little shelf what books I'm reading this year, because I won't remember. When I need to go back and go, did I read that? There's a record of it. Fable, I'm got so used to Goodreads being so fucking glitchy that I'm just shocked that Fable is keeping an accurate count of the books I've read so far this year. I'm like, oh, you mean every number, it doesn't change wildly every time I log in? It's just the number? It's just the number. It's just the number. There's a lot of cool features in Fable. I just don't care. I just don't care. I tried, so I downloaded Storygraph, and then the import from my Goodreads didn't do right. And I was like, So I was like, oh, let me go try Fable. And that worked perfectly, and everything about it was really intuitive for me. So I just stuck with Fable. So, yeah. But, yeah, they have book clubs that you can join. You can just post almost like a social media feed of pictures and what you're reading and talk about stuff.
Oh, okay.
They'll do giveaways for ebooks. You can set reading goals. You can track reading streaks. I have to be very careful with that stuff, because there's something about me that the moment I put like a limit like that, I go, I'm going to read 50 books. I'm going to do this. The moment I put that down as like the thing I'm going to do, I don't want to do it anymore. I got to free ball it, y'all. I got to raw dog it. I got to go, I don't know what I'm going to read on any given day or for the year or for the month. And I can't plan the books I'm going to read. No. Can't do that. Vibes only. And then it's the only thing I do with my free time. It is. Thank you, Silence. So maybe I have not read Sarah Kate. I will check out Sarah Kate then. I am semi-trapped in a series because I'm a weirdo. And once I start a series, I want to read all the books before I move on, because if I try to come back, I will have forgotten everything. So just read the whole series. It's a 10-book series. Every book is super short, though. Like, super, super short. It's a cozy mystery. I don't usually do mysteries, but it's also a spicy why choose. And they are literal characters from books who have, like, come out into real life. And it's like, and that's a mystery. And, so there's Heathcliff from Wuthering Heights, Moriarty from Sherlock Holmes, and the Raven from Edgar Allan Poe's poem. And the Raven's a shapeshifter, also a tortured soul, very emo. Yeah, and they're little, like, each book in the series, we've got another murder mystery to solve, we've got another mystery to solve. And I don't love mystery, and this last one, book 6, I could not figure out who did the one murder. Dracula also became an issue, and they weren't figuring out Dracula, they were figuring out how to defeat Dracula, but there was a side murder, and I didn't figure out the murderer for that one. But all the other books, like, I'm a third of the way through, and I'm like, it's that one. That's who did the murder. The Raven. So, can I tell you, Stephanie, I can't think of the author's last name right now. Let me get into my Fable app. So, the series is the Nevermore Bookshop Mysteries by Stephanie Holmes. It's 10-book series. I'm on book 7 right now. I just finished book 6. Yeah, and it is cozy. Like, they always solve the crime. They always figure out who the murderer is. If something, like, tragic looks like it's about to happen to a main character, no, it didn't. Don't worry. Like, it's very cozy. There's not a lot of spice. Like, they'll go, like, most of a book and you won't, read a sex scene. But when there's a sex scene, it's like, I just read one where they're doing a Shakespeare festival. They had custom built this stage thing. They had custom built this, like, rigging thing for one of the actors to look like they're flying. And so Moriarty, who is our evil genius, re-rigged it to turn it into a sex swing for the female main character, Mina. And she got fucked as she swung back and forth, in the air, like 3 stories in the air. And I was like, couldn't be me, but I'm happy to read it. So, yeah. So, yeah. I'm knee deep in a little cozy mystery series that happens to be Why Choose. I mean, I don't only read Why Choose, but I do gravitate towards.
True. Yeah. It does seem to be your go-to lately.
So, yes, I do. I can't remember why. I just remember wanting to read it, and I don't think I have read it. If I have read it, clearly I probably need to reread it. Yes, I do, Silent. So, yeah, I don't know. Am I using it to dissociate? Is it just my hobby? Is it my hyper focus? I don't know. I don't know. I just know.
It is 11 o'clock.
It is officially 11 o'clock.
Yes.
I know. I'm very glad you didn't pull out your watch and just, like, count the seconds down. I'm very proud of you. Very proud of you.
Have a ball drop.
I know. A disco ball. And have it swaying back and forth. Jesus Christ. God damn.
All right.
Okay. So, true to our word. And JB's already fading. It's fine. See, I'm now wound up. I could talk for another 30 minutes because now we're talking books. I have had the thought of maybe I should do, like, something like a live streamer or something where we just talk books. I'm like, here's what I've read. I don't know who the fuck would watch that, but you know. Anyway, it's 11 o'clock. We're old and tired.
Yeah.
We're going to go to bed. You do you. I don't know your time zone. Do whatever makes you happy. Stay up till 4. I'm cool. Doesn't matter to me. Okay. Oh, and thank you. I just haven't had it cut in a year. Silent. Look, I just want to remember I'm allowed to fuck him in my dream. Okay, how we fuck, not even important. We're gonna go.
On that note, good night, folks.
Night.